Scout it out.
Or maybe he's going to move, actually. Maybe he
Go top, yeah, put gyro. They want the gyro versus bat.
Yeah.
That'll be a little bit better. Gyro's turn rate's still not great, but, you know, he has better kill, he has kill threat on the bat if he has good rotations.
And he's got the regen for it as well. 10 tangos on rail. Ready for the fights, ready for the lane. Mango as well.
Hype. I just want some good Yoda. I don't care who wins, man. This is hype. This is so good.
No, these guys, these two teams having good fun to watch. SG versus paiN Gaming.
Yeah. So bat, he will get those creeps sent home from the Chen, so he's gonna have a nice off lane. That's the one thing. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
HFN taunts. 3. Oh no, 2 runes again. So King RD was bottom to claim that one. And they are making that adjustment. Lanes being swapped, kind of, maybe, not really. They don't know. They're mind gaming each other. DK's running back bottom. Saving his TP though. So King RD will have the lane by himself for a bit. But it's okay because the lane does meet late. You know, because Chen sends home the creeps. So DK will make it there a decent time. HFN gonna struggle a bit here at the start versus this dual lane.
Yeah, not getting any sort of backup at the start, but as is normally done with the Stormers, the early levels are just a little bit more important, so you don't really want to be sharing that XP.
Oh, that melee creep. First few waves always really exciting.
And the lane switch is coming up.
Yeah, they want the DK versus the lifestealer. Even though lifestealer gets the feast bonus damage, they mostly just want the gyro versus bat. He's even itemized with the mango and heavy regen to do that, so you can get the early wand.
See what the poster can do about this in this 1v1. I mean, still it's... And the gyro does alright, but he still has to be careful.
I mean, the turn rate is still horrible on gyro if you get stickied. The poster's gonna have a really free one.
Mid lane, that's gonna be your first blood. Theo the core.
Double or triple raise? At least 2 raises.
Yeah, he gets it. The clock just walks straight in on top of the turret.
Oh, but Theo got the kill, not the SF, so the souls were not all acquired.
A good start for SG in that middle lane.
Now that the Witch Doctor's bottom, this lane becomes a lot easier for the gyro. He's got the wand finished up too, so the stickies. He's gonna go the missile build too, so they will have that bonus damage with the Maledict. So Bat does have to be a little bit careful down here when the Witch Doctor shows. You see Theo, he is stacking the jungle a bit for the Shadow Fiend. Make sure they can accelerate Adriana's farm. But 10 to 6 on the Storm. HFN still doing a good job, even though the first blood was given in that mid lane. Top. DK should be able to farm up here. He is at slight risk of dying when the rotations do come out, because 2 points in Feast. The Feast really does start adding up versus these strength heroes. Does have 2 points in Dragon Blood though. But continuing the harassment Costabil. Theo is positioned on the side here. Mid lane, King RD closing the gap.
He's going to give Adriana that rundown, allowing HFN to close the gap on Adriana.
This is
disposed of.
This is why Clock is so good versus SF, and this is just early. Tavo top, eating a torrent.
It does manage to get the breathe fire out onto them, so that damage reduction, meaning that there's no chance of Costabil and Theodore right-clicking him down.
Yeah. Playing SF versus Clockwork can be very hard, just like for that reason. It's even later on it gets worse because of the hook shot until you get big items online. Bottom, see Peko, he's got 4 shard golems ready with a centaur. It's a lot of burst damage. 400 damage just from the shard golems.
Stacks of napalm.
He is so dead.
There is so many stacks of napalm on that gyro. He cannot run himself out of this one. That's a man down. There's a Maledict and a homing missile out to the bat, so he may go down in response, and I think he certainly will. Can they get the second kill out of it though with the Chen? They can. They will get 2 for 1, SG.
The quad golems into the 7x sticky.
I mean, then they have the X mark. They didn't have the torrent though.
No man.
Yeah. And not quite enough there. Just 10 mana short. A little unfortunate with the torrent. They may have got that kill.
That's a sick gank though. By the Chen, that is. The shard ganks are always really impressive. Shard golems. So they would continue this pressure onto the gyro, but Bat Rider not really getting many last hits because of the Witch Doctor being down here. Only 3 for him. Yeah, HFN having a great time in mid. It's a bottle. It's a DD rune.
That CS difference, quite something. 21-9 against 12 for 3.
Look at Tavo. He's actually just farming perfectly fine up here. 11 armor. He's just trading right clicks with Costabile. But now Theo is here. Tavo may got a little overexcited, but with the salve, healing up quite a lot here.
He's blocked in there. He's stuck. He's got to chop his way out of the tree line, but the torrent is still going to connect. King RD trying to do his best to help turn things around, looking towards Theo the Core. We'll take that one down, and with the X mark not being enough, the combo just didn't offer too much, as Theo the Core unable to set up for Costable to actually get any of these kills.
Yeah, Tavo, the big thing is that salve in the trees, just putting him just enough health to really survive all that before the rotation. We did say it was a lot in this early game. It is a lot of the 4s, but King RD and Theo have definitely been the shining stars for SG in most of these games. Already treads on Dragon Knight in the off lane versus a Lifestealer.
Yeah, I did not expect him to be farming as well as he is.
It used to be a counter pick, but I guess since the way that Dragon Blade scales now, it's actually not, because people used to actually put Lifestealer versus DK mid.
Yeah.
Ages ago. paiN. Sapping the experience from the Storm Spirit with Chen creeps. They're looking to go for some kind of dive. There is a catapult wave too, so do want to get a lot of tower damage.
Trying to see if they can get that X-Mark grab here from Theo. He's going to go for the blind torrent. Doesn't quite connect it. Nice dodge to the side from King RD. Keeps him safe. That was a deep move there from Adriano. We'll have to slide his way through the trees as they get back out of that. Not able to find the kill that they were hoping for, SG, with that dive.
Gyro is left alone now for a moment versus Batrider, which isn't so fun. He's got the 2-2 build on Gyro as well, so no flax to push the lane out so much. Needs to depend on his supports for the rotations to help him, because he can definitely get punished by a Chen rotation.
On the post of CS, doing okay on this bottom lane, 17 for 6. Though not, as we were saying, quite a similar story to the DK. Double the CS at the bat, and now Bat's in trouble. Bottom lane, moving in with the missile. They've got the cast, they have the bat. Raya has died for this one. I mean, the bat surely will fall, or maybe not, maybe is the Maledict's going to be quiet enough to pop him? It's not. The bat survives, and a failed attempt from paiN Gaming, resulting in the death of not only the Gyro, maybe even the Witch Doctor as well. Now, looks like the cask will hold the creeps back, but still, yeah, Raya, he's got to be careful with these stacks.
Yeah, especially when, I mean, with the build that he has, he doesn't have flax, so if he's under a lot of creeps, the barrage does little to nothing to that Batrider. So has to be careful. King RD, though, now stalking paiN, who is in a lot of trouble here with the missile coming out. Should be his demise.
Raya will get the kill this time round without any sort of difficulties or worries. The bat jumping upon him.
Level 3 missile, huh? Okay. Adriano also has now the level advantage over HFN in the mid lane because he cleared that stack that was in the jungle. A level 7 slight advantage over the Storm Spirit, who was having a bit of a favorable time in that matchup. Pretty even though.
SG. It really is. What, 4-4, 1k lead for SG, but only very slightly so that lead at this stage, considering the way that paiN are also making smart moves. They'll shrine up and they'll smoke up, ready to try and get some sort of a catch. They have that Elder Dragon form, they'd love to use it.
Killing Lifestealer is very unlikely. I think you go for SF. Yeah.
Clear sailing now.
Adriano would be the dream, and can they close the gap? He's juking it out through the tree line. They've got the rocket flare vision, but Adriano's able to keep his distance.
King RD needed to rocket way sooner for that one. They actually do connect the stun, but the rotation come in. Theo,
he can try and go for this combo. He has the X-Mark torrent, looking for the Dragon Knight, drags him back in. Actually not going to get the torrent off, as it seems.
His torrent was used before, yeah, okay. Before the X, and the Centaur actually got stunned by the cask. So Duster coming in clutch there. Saving Tavo, maybe.
Now let's DK out. He'll TP up to the top lane. Let's go back to contesting farm with Costabile, but
Costabile almost has Tread's armlet. So he's going to be pretty strong. They have the Batrider as well, so when they do have Blink Dagger, they do have that vehicle for him.
And the thing is with the Tread's armlet, it's the point where the Lifestealer has a very happy time against the Gyro in any sort of fights, as this Gyro is you know, with this full sort of magic build, homing missile, rocket barrage, none in the flag, he does nothing against the Lifestealer at this stage of the game.
And he looks like he might die here as well.
X-Mark, torrent, combo hits, raises are connected. Stick charges will be popped, but not enough to save Rao, of course, with 4 heroes from SG.
He is really struggling versus this Bat Rider. Bat ready with drums, constantly getting those stacks up on him.
It was the lanes that the paiN Gaming decided upon, and as you say, it's costing them the Gyro's farm.
Yeah.
Sure, the DK is having a great time elsewhere, so that is sort of the payoff.
They do need their gyro.
Mid-storm, HFN still having a strong start.
They still, I think they still, they're setting their gyro back a little bit too much though, because he's gone for this build where he can't really catch up with farm with flat cannon. He's gone for this like battle laning build, which not really crazy about anymore. I think having a couple, like having 2 points maybe in missiles okay, but the third one's a little overdue.
Mid lane,
Overkill, I mean.
they get the combo. Torn into X-Mark, holding the Witch Doctor in place, and the setup's there for Adriano to pick up a free kill. Duster's out. Duster's down.
Ryer's just going to use Call Down to farm mostly in the lanes. There's this Gyrocopter. Tavo does have Soul Ring now finished. Level 7. Lifesteal almost level 10. SG in quite an advantageous position right now. 3k gold lead. Drum being finished up as well on the SF, so Bat Rider and SF gonna be very speedy. They don't have great ways to kill close to Beal at all either. But hitting the tower, Tabo. TP's coming in.
Does go for the open wound slow onto Tabo. They are going to zip across there as HFN backs off.
His regen got broken.
And SG, yeah, they're not going to be able to get the catch onto any of the members of paiN, despite those mass TPs coming in from SG to try and do something.
Yep. They didn't get the deny either on the tower. Hook shot.
paiN. Hook shot in onto the Chen. Quick kill for paiN. See what else they can get done without a Dragonfall. They will start to tickle onto that tier 1 on the mid lane as well, as they'll try and push in a while. I say that the Bat is there to hold it off.
He wants to go for Tabo here.
Oh, the flame break knock a bit off the mark. Tried to bang him back into himself, but yeah, not quite there with the positioning of the flame break.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
We'll have a Blink Dagger at a pretty good time on this Bat Rider, so they can really start going for those infest bombs and yeah, and now Gyrocopter, he has gone of course for the 2 points in flag, so starting to catch back up. 1200 gold in the bank.
Start getting that farm.
Yeah, he really needs to catch back up somehow. They need him to be a presence in the fights, because their damage without the gyro in the mid game in like the next 10 minutes or so, their damage is really minimal without him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
HFN treads Kyrork to be the build, of course, for the Storm Spirit.
Just a new build, right? So it seems like everybody's doing that one.
Yeah, I can't remember last time we saw a Brown Boots Bloodstone Storm play a game. Definitely seems to be the avoided build. I'm sure Bloodstone down the line, but yeah, never as sort of that first major item as we did see for the longest of times on Stomp.
Yeah, drum timing on gyro. It's not so bad, but yep, 2k advantage still for SG. Adriano will be going that SNY build that we saw in the Shadow Fiend the last time, and yeah, like we said, Bat Blink finished up. Let's get some infests going.
And that's the thing about the Bat this game, as we saw with the final ban, SG taking out the Abaddon, and then the final pick, no real save at all. So you get grabbed by that lasso, not a lot that your teammates can do to help you out, apart from throw their own bodies into the fight. No sort of defensive abilities. He's
going for Bloodstone after Kaya.
Oh, he is. Okay.
So paiN,
okay,
I think paiN
at least, yeah,
is just in a position where they have to farm a lot to really get back in this game, because they can't really take fights versus this Bat. If he gets anybody, like you said, they're dead. So they're gonna have to play man down. So I think split up the map, get online more, make their Storm Spirit a bigger factor, and also get themselves some like double drums up. And I think they need like a Shadow Blade or a Blink Dagger on the DK, because the only real initiation that they have is the Clockwork. Storm, yeah, he kind of wants to wait for them to make the fights happen. And then follow up. King or D. Position pretty far out. There's the Infest Bomb.
Straight up on top of the clock. And he was thinking about the Requiem. He doesn't even need to do it. Adriano, as that Clockwork is gone. And Tier 2 now in trouble.
Last on a support.
But it does secure them the tower.
It does secure them the tower, yeah. Game is hard.
And taking control of their jungle also very important when you have this gyro on the enemy team trying to make a recovery.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
They can keep tabs on the action there down on that bottom half of the map now.
SG. Looks like they still want to make some smoke movements. They all were stacking up, but actually, never mind. They changed it. Chen was pinging, and they were all cuddled up, but they don't actually move for it. Lasso down for 50. Maybe paiN can look to make a play onto one of the squishier heroes, this SF or the Bat, but they're going to run into a life stealer here, and that is not a kill that's going to happen. So yeah, does look like Tavo, like we were mentioning, is going to go for that Blink Dagger next. I think they really need it to be able to catch people off guard, get any type of real initiation. paiN all playing under vision. Since SG did take that bottom tower so early, they have a very deep ward to watch a lot of the rotations from paiN. And paiN, they're looking to smoke, but it is in vision of that mid ward.
Alright, so SG, they can prepare for this and
sit on high ground, yeah.
they can fight into it.
The hook?
Or not unless if the SF gets called like this though. Adriano getting jumped on straight away and Adriano is down. The boat will come in onto 2 in response. Can SG actually finish off these kills? They're trying to chase down, but they can't quite get involved. And now the Storm moving in onto the Bat.
He's out of mana.
He is though. He's fully committed with the lasso back up. That'll be 1 man down at least. Storm is gone. The flak, cannon, and this dragon on the high ground, giving them the vision has allowed them though to take down 2 more. paiN Gaming coming out on top. Despite, as we said, SG knew that was coming, but the Shadow Fiend Adriano was awkwardly positioned on the front of it also. It doesn't matter whether they knew it was in or not.
This is where we say wards are so important in games. That placement by King RD, he puts the ward on the high ground there, literally allowing him to see that Shadow Fiend to get that hookshot initiation. So you see the pings coming out from SG. They are like, they have to have vision around there somewhere to have the to be able to get that hook shot. And Ryor, that's kind of his comeback as the gyrocopter. He had a very good positioning on the low ground with the flak spreading to everybody, but HFN did overcommit a little bit with his mana.
8 for 8 still. Game remaining very close.
Yeah.
A good ending to the day here at day 1 of the SA qualifiers.
So it is SG playing versus a Tricore. They're playing versus DK, Gyro, and the Storm Spirit. So I do think they want to be a little bit more ahead. Especially when they have a Chen. But paiN Gaming, they want to slow down the rate. Take fights when they know that some of those the lasso for the most part is on cooldown. That's when they can take advantage. And okay, Gyro is taking the health talent. So most of the time we do see the damage talent taken by Gyrocopter, but this one, I think just getting tanky versus this SG lineup, they can make the fights last longer and longer. It's probably the most ideal for them.
And Costa Bill, nearly with the Sanjin Yasha done.
Okay. Once he gets that movement speed talent too, it should be pretty hard to actually kite him, even though he went Treads, not Phase. Treads SNY plus 35 movement speed talent is the new thing for Lifestealers, it does seem. So Blink, Tavo does have it, so they do have a better way to initiate besides that clockwork now on the side of paiN Gaming.
Radiant are scanning.
And they want to battle. They've got a smoke on King RD, all grouped up. Maybe waiting for their Storm Spirit to get closer. Nope, they don't care. They're just letting HFN walk into the fight. He has Arcane Rune and Akaya. Smoke also from SG, though. They've got the Infest at the ready.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And there's the wrap, and they've got the high ground.
Oh.
King RD.
They don't see Adriano, though. They've got an Invis Rune.
He's still Invis.
Uh-oh.
And jumping with the Infest Bomb straight on top of that Gyro. Gyro's down. They're trying to keep fighting, though. paiN Gaming, see if they can get anything in return, but they've already lost a second. The Witch Doctor to fall. HFN zipping around, trying to finish off kills, but he doesn't quite have the damage or control. The Rum keeping SG alive, and this Dragon Knight also to fall. Costabil with the double kill. 3 down, and the Torrent catching onto a 4th. SG will take 4 kills.
That Invis Rune actually coming in so clutch. If he didn't have that, they may have been able to grab him, get the pick off right away, but everything just gets turned around and blown up in the faces of paiN Gaming. They put the sentry down a bit late, and it wasn't even in range of the Shadow Fiend.
It wasn't.
Perfect initiation coming out. They still had priority, though. I saw the King RD, he hooked onto the Kunkka, trying to get him to not be able to get the boat and everything off, but by then, Gyrocopter was already instantly dead.
Yeah, and Kunkka was still able to throw everything out.
Yeah.
The Rum just too strong to fight into. as they couldn't bring anyone down, paiN Gaming.
3K advantage. The smoke on smoke action it's happening a lot in these games with both these teams. Just reading the movements of each other quite well. This time though, SG. That invis definitely came out ahead. Chen spotted. Peko. King RD wants him. Doesn't get him though.
And he misses him. And King RD has to be a little careful here. That's a pretty big air set punching in. Actually a jump in.
He gets sent home just in case.
Yeah, from the DK. You've got to be careful, yeah, especially with that storm. Always looking for the zip in. How are we looking on that bloodstone? Is he?
He pretty much has it.
Yeah.
400 or 500 more gold for it.
Okay. There goes that missile. Hey,
bonk. Now they know where he is.
Clear with that ancient stack. Keeping Adriano top of the net bar. So Adriano showing us that you don't always need a clock. So
they're smoking again. They're constantly using, every time lasso's up, they're using the infest bomb. paiN.
Smoke also repurchased by paiN as well. But
paiN's gotta be careful here.
It look like they do intend to pop in that smoke again, so sort of the same timings with the movements that they do go for it.
They know. This top wave is probably the one that's revealing it. They're like, oh, top is super far in. Nobody's bottom either. Like, we didn't see anything with our ward in the mid lane. Something's up.
Well, there's the Bloodstone for HFN, so now the make or break time for the Storm.
Yep.
Is he going to steamroll out of control, or is he going to get shut down and lose those Bloodstone charges? Here's the smoke.
Alright, shows himself to push out that mid lane, trying to make the smoke not as obvious. Bat Rider. They actually get the catch on him.
It does have a Life Stealer inside of him though. Jump out, Life Stealer will survive as he goes for the raise TP. The Bat won't be as fortunate. Bat will drop. So a nice little Bloodstone charge to start off from for HFN.
Sorry, King RD. This is not 6.84 or 6.8 whatever when Clockwork Cogs used to actually go through Rage. He did try it though.
Well, they did used to. They went from
They
BKB.
used to go through BKB. It was super broken.
That was, yeah.
That was a long, long time ago.
It wasn't that long ago, was it?
It's a couple years.
Was it a couple of years?
Yeah, easy a couple of years.
Maybe actually it was more than a couple of years.
I think it might have been more than a couple
I think it might
years.
have been maybe 2.5 years.
Yeah.
I remember those days.
That's a big swing in momentum though, paiN. Did they actually get the gem too? Did they end up recovering that one?
It's in the good one in the back. Sorry, on the courier of SG at the moment coming out.
Oh, okay. So they did actually. They did put on the courier before they were doing that, because it was on the Bat Rider for the most part in the last couple minutes. That could have been a very, very big turnaround.
Players here. Stupendous.
paiN though. They're getting back on the board quite a lot here. Even though it's still 4K advantage for SG, they do have that tricore as we keep mentioning. So the later and later it plays out, in theory, the Storm DK Gyro should be able to take the game if they are farmed enough. SG still needing to press their advantage with the Bat Rider and Fest bombs.
Yeah,
they are trying to.
We're constantly looking for these fights, looking for these pickoffs.
Yeah. paiN trying to just push out the other side lanes, not take a fight just yet. Keep their Storm nice and healthy on Bloodstone charges. Maybe they try to go high ground here, force some reaction back. This could be a good positioning for SG here. They can get a ward on the high ground. Do they have any wards? They do have one, but they're already getting their base knocked out, so they're gonna have to back up a bit. I'm not trying to threaten high ground for themselves. So BKB will be the next choice, of course, for the gyrocopter. He has to have 5 away to like be able to peel away from that life stealer. If he can survive the lasso, that'd be perfect for him. Mid lane, they're gonna find Duster, but the actual lasso is not on the mark. He wasn't in range on his blink. And now the long jump by Storm Spirit. Whoa!
Oh, he goes straight in immediately, but HFN
He's
has
on
to be
mana.
careful. He is indeed, and HFN's just giving up his life. Look at the suicide. Has to kill himself for that one.
King RD's gonna die now too, though.
He is trying his best to hide in the cogs, but that's only going to set up the torrent off Theo Licor, and that Storm play, very costly for paiN Gaming.
I guess maybe he thought that there wasn't everyone behind him. They were just like, oh, they're just trying to do an infest gank with 2 people. But HFN, whoa, that set them back so far. Now it's a Roche as well. They lose a lot of Bloodstone charges.
Can't afford to make those big zips at this stage again, not when it's as close as it is. It's
very costly.
Always such a big risk to do that sort of a move, and those risks do not pay off most of the times, as we're seeing.
No, and it's, I mean, now with Aegis, they could actually try to force the base. They've got BKB on SF, they've got all the tools they really need to just try to close out the game. So paiN, they're probably going to try to just look for split push and try to get a pick off, but pretty hard. They're positioned high ground. They want Adriano. He's got BKB though. Lots of damage being addressed in though.
Oh, we got the BKB off. Go for the Requiem. Well, I'm not going to get him.
And there's no BKB now.
Can they do it again? Second time they try and frick cooldowns there, but the run pass over will come through.
Batrider's trying to get in.
He is trying to look for that grab. He does have the Lifestealer inside him. They're going to jump forward, look for the DK. The damage to the Lifestealer, ripping through this DK pretty well, but he's got the Glimmer Cape up. Well, the Glimmer Cape backed away. Costa Bill turning his attention towards the Witch Doctor. The paralyzing cast bounces back up. Won't be enough to keep that Lifestealer off the Witch Doctor. Open wounds down onto the DK, but still with a blink out, will manage to escape.
That was great for paiN. Alright, they just took out the Aegis. They forced the BKB beforehand to kill the Bat. Only losing a Witch Doctor as well. Did he get his Bloodstone charges back? He did. Some of them, at least.
Okay, so what's next here for HFM? Just getting that Lincoln's finished.
They found the ward. Peko does eventually find that one from the plays that they were going for, and they have the gem on the Chen. That does slow down SG, though. They wanted to be able to use that Aegis to at least threaten some towers or go for some high ground here, but it does get delayed now by that crazy play by paiN. Just positioning themselves on the high ground perfectly. That's impressive. Death ward. No joke. So, Lincoln's next item on Storm Spirit, of course, versus the Batrider to block that lasso. Can also be very good versus Kunkka, blocking the X. DK, I assume, is going to get a BKB next. He is, and Gyro, I would assume BKB into Butterfly is the choice for him. Does have BKB queued up, and Shadow Fiend as well following suit.
Shadow Fiend and Storm pretty much at the exact same net worth. Yeah, at this point, very close between HFN and Adriana.
Yeah, the difference of gold is pretty much like the Witch Doctor to the Chen. Everything else is pretty much even across the board.
Yeah, the poor stealth for Chen nearly done. Very important to have against the Clockers.
Yeah. These defensive items are going to come into play pretty heavily. Is like if the people are in range for the gem, we could see, if we don't see that them in range with the gem, we could see that Glimmer Cape from Duster becoming a bit of a problem for SG. And yeah, King RD has built into a 4-staff too. So yeah, saving items on the supports, as we do like to see.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Top lane. King RD constantly rocketing the lanes opposite of where he's standing to push them out a bit. So he will send another rocket toward top. Actually, this time he sends it toward mid. And his team will push bottom. Should be able to get a tower trade here. They just really want to get their BKBs before they fight. BKB Bat, BKB Gyro, BKB DK as well going to be delivered in a moment. That will be go time for them.
Yeah, very good time for both teams to try and push up to the higher ground. You've got so the right click build, of course, Adriano takes the 20% evasion.
Yeah, he's done it again this time around.
Much as we see preferring the more traditional right clicks, so none of that magic rubbish.
But it's so much shadow raise damage. I haven't seen more people grab the evasion talent, though. It's
a decent amount. 20% is not bad, especially with the evasion being even better nowadays. SG sort of slowing down in terms of hunting around for those infest lasso ganks, but
now they can go with AC finished on Lifestealer too.
This is a big power spike for Costa Bill.
Yeah. I don't think they really want to slow down the pace too much. Like we said, that looming presence of war versus a tricore is always going to be there.
Yeah, you got to keep going on top of them. But they've got to find them, and that's the thing. paiN Gaming doing a good job of staying together up top, pushing out that top lane, and keeping themselves just at no risk of being ambushed one by one by a Bat Lifestealer combo.
Yeah, they are staying very grouped up, and they're getting I do like how they're placing their wards too. They're not placing these wards in the usual positions, right? Because they know that the Spat Rider has gems, so they want to be placing them on some weird high ground so it doesn't get dewarded as often. And those are some very nice wards that more than likely will get taken out. You even see the one near their Ancients too is one of those more bizarre ones. So we call I like calling that though in the China mid ward. Smoke coming out. paiN looking to take a fight.
And behind Tavo with Elder Dragon Form and BKB at the ready.
SG. Can they get the instant jump onto Adriano?
That would be the dream kill.
He got the BKB off.
The BKB indeed instantly coming out. They'll jump forward. They've got the lasso onto that BKB DK, and that will be the DK down. They are the ones to get the kill. SG, can they get more? There's the drag. Storm, HFN trying to come in and finish off this kill onto the Kunkka, and will get it. That's going to be a 1-for-1, but the bigger kill for SG, getting that DK. Instant reaction from Adriano and his BKB.
He knew they were jumping him, right? Like, he doesn't have vision, but he knew. Damn. That Wildkin didn't see them, right? No, I don't think so. I think the Wildkin on the left didn't see, but that was some quick BKB timing.
That's going to be the butterfly done. Butterfly evasion, the talent evasion.
Yeah.
No sort of true strike or anything for the lineup of paiN Gaming. So once he does have that BKB popped, unlikely that they could bring him down.
Yeah. HFN's almost got Orchid. That'll be pretty good versus like the Lifestealer if they can catch him pre-rage, but I do see the Lifestealer has queued up Manta to at least be able to remove the Orchid if it does come out.
Okay. That's a bit of an interest. I mean, he's not sort of investing yet. I mean,
he might change it.
I was going to say, surely you just get the BKB rather than the Manta. If you're worried about that, it's just better, isn't it?
Yeah. He already has the Yasha though, right? So he can, I mean...
Oh, what, to just disassemble
into
yeah. Okay, I guess.
Maybe, I mean, we'll see. Yeah. He might still change his items. I think, yeah,
BKB and SNY is absolutely fine this game.
Yeah, I think it is too.
Having higher uptime on Magic Community, it's not a bad thing.
Yep. HFN runs into a Wild Wing, so they're going to try to get the catch onto him while he was killing that one. HFN. They're still stalking him. Scan comes out, doesn't catch anybody. But they are pretty close. Like they are reading again the map. They are expecting this smoke to come out. paiN. The gyro is on the low ground right now. We'll finish the creep camp though, and they are back on high ground.
Yeah, not quite going to be able to find that pick off they were hoping for again, as we've been saying. paiN Gaming being very good at just avoiding any sort of movements like this. The only sort of blunder when they did decide to take a fight themselves. Other than that, not being caught out at all.
Yeah, and constantly though, like King RD, he's just shooting rockets at the side lanes, pushing in the lanes so that SG does have to react. He's just doing a really good job at that one. He's got into some boosted last hits, some like invisible thing that some people don't really get to notice, but it is a pretty impactful thing that Clockworks do. Mid, BKB defensively. He was, I mean, very close to getting lassoed there. Would have been brought down for sure. Lifestealer, though, spending a lot of time infested, is starting to fall a bit behind the gyrocopter.
Yeah, there's still definitely is that sort of impending feeling of the timer being there for SG's lineup.
Yeah, exactly.
And as you say, especially with the way that they are playing. Orchid now complete for Storm, so that sort of that time where if he can get in and on top of the Lifestealer, make sure that this, he's
SG
not able to rage and go to work, they can kill him.
SG seems to know where they are. They're pinging them exactly where they were. They had the lines drawn as well. Gyro is not here for the fight to start.
Where's the jump? Quick blink out from the DK. We'll be able to just get out of the initial attempt from them. They'll turn towards an easier kill, take down the Witch Doctor, but that was a quick blink reaction from DK. Gets himself away. SG, they're not done yet. They're looking for more. Straight up, they have to be careful on the Lifestealer. The cooldown's coming in, but the BKB SF going to work. Turns towards HFN. HFN will be able to find the Kunkka. Requiem of Souls out from Adriano. They're looking towards the DK. Costa Bill, again, just picking off the squishies. Getting the clock, getting the Witch Doctor. Now he'll turn towards the big one. Looks for the DK. BKB comes out, but there's no way that they can man fight against this as paiN Gaming lose a third. HFN's coming in, trying to find something with the Orchid onto Adriano, but he doesn't have the damage. Adriano is sent back, and SG take the trade 3 for 1.
They recovered their gem. The Witch Doctor died, but HFN did zip in and grab it before they were able to claim it on the side of SG. But SG, could get them some momentum to be able to swing into the Roche pit. Right, here's BKB still on cooldown on the gyro. HFN, he's hungry.
I was going to say, HFN may be thinking about doing something here.
He's looking
getting
for the
closer
bat.
and closer. He does force out that BKB.
They know they're roshing.
Can he go for it? He's got enough mana left to go for it. He's not going to go for it. He's not going to go. So that will be the Aegis for Costabile and Cheese, into the hands of Adriano.
Yep. He's going to go for the Orchid build next onto the SF, just so he can have that versus the Storm Spirit, of course.
What's the Storm going for after his own Orchid? Is he going to go for that Lincoln's or...?
He's had the Lincolns for a bit now.
Oh, sorry.
He's had that for
Of course, he got the Lincolns before the Orchid. So Shiva's Guard.
Just some armor. Just to be able to deal with that minus armor from the Lifestealer.
So, yeah, the SF alone won't be able to... Because of the Lincolns, that is still a...
Yeah. Bloodthorn is going to be great, though. Also versus the fly of the Gyrocopter that comes out. I think SF still has to... They have to be careful a little bit on the side of SG of how they split up around the map, because that's the power of the Storm Spirit always is... If there's like SF showing bottom, he can just zip in, force BKB charge, and just get out, and then they can look to pick a fight right after that. But SG still 4K gold advantage. They're making the right moves, and he has committed for the Manta style, by the way.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess as you say,
he's disassembling. Yeah. He just really doesn't want to have to deal with the...
It's and it's fine. With the Sange as well, we may see him get the halberd afterwards.
Yeah,
the Gyro.
Maybe. He might want to
make bad.
It, but yeah, it's not terrible. DD rune, though. Double siege wave as well. They are starting to pressure that top. It's going to X him. Oh, they have the double. That's nice. They've got the Rage where they can hit the tower, and they've got the X where they can hit the tower. Missile hits him. Gets brought back. The wraparound, though. Look at this. paiN Gaming.
Duster trying to move in with the paralyzing cast. Will get silenced. He's got the Glimmer Cape. Backs off. HFN zipping in. Looking for the backline. It's just managed to find the Vortex. Dragging in that Kunkka, but the Hand of God Heal comes through.
Gyro.
BKB straight away. Blowing up the Gyro. Adriano gets the kill. HFN has to get out of there. They tried their paiN Gaming with that wraparound, but to no success whatsoever, as SG now still with the full 5 alive, move in, clean up the bottom set of racks. And now they want to fight. They need to do something big. They commit with the BKBs. The Rage is out. Costabile looking towards that DK. Torrent flies across. They've got the run buff, bringing them up. SG still feeling strong. Storm in trouble. Storm taken down. Does kill himself. Will buy back immediately. Looking to come back in the fight. Trying to redeem this somehow for the side. And they do get Adriano. They look for Costabile. They have to get this. They're committing mass buybacks for this one. They'll block him off. They'll drag him back. He's got the Aegis.
Saving Rage TP.
And with Rage TP, as you say, he's got the Manta, and he's out.
Manta coming in clutch.
It does indeed. So,
heavy buyback.
I mean, SG, yeah, they lose, what, 2 heroes in an Aegis, but the buybacks that had to be committed for that, and the fact that paiN Gaming did still lose that bottom racks.
Yeah, and this Gyro is getting further and further. Well, that slows down his Butterfly quite a lot, which is, he really needs it to deal with that Infest combo. I mean, it's almost feeling like they need to throw the Lincolns on him, because they're just initiating on him non-stop. But then, yeah, of course, Storm will be susceptible to that. They do have to be they have to have vision of the team fights like that. They weren't able to really know exactly where the bat was for the jump.
Quite a game indeed, but that last series of events,
I mean, they had to buy back.
Favoring us, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, as you said, it was all... Well, I mean, there were still tier 2s in other lanes. So it wasn't like any of the racks were in danger.
Yeah, I think they just didn't want to lose some huge fight. They wanted people to claim the Aegis, claim the cheese.
I guess, but I don't know. I'm not sold. I'm not sold.
Okay.
Because I don't think they were a threat of losing anything more.
But like Arax versus their lineup, they can deal with those kind of things,
they can absolutely deal with the Arax. It's just a question of whether they really needed to buy back. Because what did they get for it?
Just a couple kills. They got Aegis cheese. They
did get Adriano. They did get the SF.
Yeah.
They did get.
I mean, it's one of those places. It's like you're in the moment. Yeah. It's really hard to just be like, no, we have tier 2s, right? You're in the moment. You're always gonna make those kind of plays. Yeah. Briar, close to Butterfly though. About 600 gold more for that one. And they're looking to get aggressive here. They do see Theo with that ward they have on the high ground. Can they make the jump?
Oh, they're going to commit. Theo does have backup and paiN. I don't know if they want to try that deep for a play.
Scan comes out too. Catches.
It's a little risky. paiN Gaming. Do have to be careful. So, how many buybacks are on cooldown at the moment for paiN? Is it
2 at least?
2. So the storm.
The 2 cores.
It's the storm and the Jara. That's the thing. They were the big buybacks.
They're positioned around their one ward. They scan out. They know that everybody's there on the side of SG.
They've got to be so careful, paiN. I mean, one bad fight, losing the Jara and the storm, it may be game losing at this stage. They can't afford to lose either of those cores. They really cannot.
They have to do some, like, paiN has to do some simultaneous jumps if they want to be able to get away with this, because I even saw the Storm Spirit. I saw HFN. He's like, I want to go for Chen. And he's like, wait, I need to go for Kunkka, because Kunkka can just glimmer or save the guy. So he, like, kind of jumped on the Chen, then jumped on the Kunkka, because, you know, he can get sent home and stuff like that. So it is a bit of awkward fights that paiN has to take. They have to, like, simultaneously jump with multiple heroes on that back line, while also making sure that Gyro doesn't get lassoed. So he actually is going to finish the butterfly and will go for his own Lincolns on the Gyro afterwards to block that. Of course, there's always ways to break it, but does need something to deal with it because he's getting bursted every time in it.
And that tower will be gone. Tier 2 not going to be tried to be held off by paiN Gaming, as they cannot take any fight that has any chance of going wrong. They have to wait until it gets to that high ground point.
Yeah, they don't want to, of course, with the buybacks down, they don't want to take some fight and just lose the game in a silly manner. Shiva's almost finished on Storm. How's DK doing? Shadowblade. His farm's kind of halted, but he has hit his level 20, so does have that double Dragon's Blood at least to work with.
I got the Life Stealer inside him. The poster wanting for action. That D ward though
Will be a Nullifier as the last item choice for Life Stealer.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And yeah, Bloodthorn too on the SF. So almost 6 slotted on Adriano. And does take the damage per soul again this time around. Even though he has the Bloodthorn, he's hitting very hard. Plus 305.
outside the base, SG.
paiN is so afraid to get caught without these buybacks.
I mean, the last few fights haven't been great for paiN.
No, definitely not.
That is the worry from this lineup.
Yeah, that no save versus Bat. And Bat having an early BKB. Really a problem. Shrines cleaned up. SG taking full map control.
There's a DD here as well, if SG do get wind of that. Certainly add to the push.
Yeah, they know it's there too.
Yeah. No, I mean, already this SF hitting like an absolute truck. And he'll grab that DD Adriano. So with the DD, they want to move in. Laposa ready to jump on front. Look for that lasso if he can get it. And here comes the double damage SF.
Double force staff on SG on the supports to save if anybody does get, like, you know, we've seen the instant Dragon Tail with like Storm zipping in. They have so many different ways to try to save him, so they're still just sitting in their base waiting for the buybacks to come back online. SG also a bit afraid to make a rushed move here because of that. They are keeping a creep inside of the Roche pit though, so they will be aware as soon as that one spawns for the third Roche, that Aegis Cheese Refresher Shard. And oh, paiN. They're trying to catch him off guard here. The smoke comes out. They don't have buybacks if this goes poorly.
How about also done for the life stealer for Costa Bill.
Oh, that was the Shiva's guard.
A big loss.
Yeah, camping that.
At 2700 value, that staff gone.
Yeah, Shiva's would be really good for the Storm to find, to like know where everybody is.
Yeah, they need that.
And he
vision.
takes Overlord Pierce's immunity this time instead of the Auto Remnant.
That makes sense against the life stealer.
Yep.
And now here's the
catch.
fight beginning. They jump in, they get the lasso out onto the gyro. He did get the BKB off. They are going to come in with a hook shot in response. They keep the gyro alive. That's the big one. Gyro survives that initial jump in. Clock will not be as fortunate. Clock's a fool.
He loses their gem.
But at least paiN Gaming, yeah, keep that gyro alive.
That was, what, DK, BKB, Gyro, BKB, SF, BKB.
Everyone BKB.
Everyone BKB.
Middle tower is under attack.
And now the mid lane push comes in. They know that there's a man down. They have that opening. The slow but sure prod and poke of that tier 3 tower between the Rage of the Lifestealer and the X-Mark of Thea Lecourt can keep this siege very safe. But they, again, they're respecting what paiN can do. Tavo. Shadow bladed up, but there is a sentry down outside of the base. You have to be careful about coming down, and in fact, they found him. They've got the silence, they've got the lasso. That's Tavo down. Does have buyback available on the DK.
Leposo finding the perfect lassos every time. Just no save. They're always able to grab them, and there's nothing they can really do about it. Jump in.
Now,
drop a remnant.
This tier 3 in trouble. Will the DK buyback? He's down for a full minute, Tavo. They have the fortification. This is the second set of racks in trouble for paiN Gaming. Hookshot in, they're looking for the play. They're going to buy back on the DK. Goes straight in with his out. HFN trying to focus on the SF. He gets the chance with the BKB out. Adriano looking to get out of there. He's backing himself away. They can't quite finish him off. And in fact, the Storm's the one to die. HFN's gone for 70 seconds. They lose the Chen on SG. This SF incredibly low. Gyro's panic, but he just turns. He heals up with those right clicks, with that light steal. He can't quite kill the Gyro, but Adriano, he doesn't die. The Gyro does still fall as Leposo finishes him off. Duster will TP back to base, but now there's no Gyro, there's no Storm Spirit, both without buyback.
He just got the Satanic delivered on the courier as they were going for him too.
Adriano living on a sliver of health and turning things around. And that will be a second set of racks. DK still alive.
These defensive, those defensive forces, and now the lasso again.
They jump in, they grab Tavo, the Bloodthorn rips the DK to pieces. 3 dead, all 3 cores of paiN Gaming on the sidelines. Adriano getting the double as he raises down King RD. They're cleaning up a third set of racks. 4 heroes down. GG, well played is called. And SG, ladies and gentlemen,
they've done it.
Will be your victors of this final series of day 1 of the SA Regional Qualifiers of the Corsair DreamLeague. This will secure them themselves in the grand finals of the Regional Qualifiers, which will be the last series tomorrow. SG 2-1 taking down paiN Gaming, a series that has been back and forth in the past as of recent between these two teams.